Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of these three designs. They were all done using Loren Sherman script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these four different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are quite a bit trickier. They're smaller circles and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached to one of these four consonant stems. We'll get into that more in the designs themselves. So let's go ahead and get to these designs. So this is our simplest one. This outer ring is our sentence circle. And you read sentences bottom counterclockwise, just like words, bottom counterclockwise. So this is our first word, and here's our first letter on that first word. It is a shallow divot, so we're in this row, and we count the lines that end on it. So 1, 2, 3 lines end on it. This one passes through, so it doesn't count. So 3 lines on a shallow divot is an S, and then we continue around. Here's our next stem. It is a deep divot, so we're in this row, and there are 1, 2 lines ending on it, so that is an H. And then we have a U with a line going outwards. And then we have a T, a shallow divot with no modifiers. And in the sketch, I actually had this as an SH character with 2 dots here and here, and these lines not ending on it. But I also had the H as well, so it was like SHHUT, so I had to change this to an S instead of an SH. So that's why those dots aren't there anymore, if you were curious. But anyway, SHUT, and then our last word of the sentence, bottom of the word circles here. Here's our first letter. It has a line going outwards, so it is a U. So U, and then our next letter is a P because it's got 1, 2 lines ending on a circle inside the word circle. So there's the word up, and then an exclamation point is 1, 2, 3 filled in dots like that. So on our sentence circle here. So there is shut up exclamation point. And here's our next sentence. Again, it's set up in a sentence circle, so it's really easy to figure out the word order. Here's our first word, bottom of the word circle's here. It's got 2 lines on a shallow divot, making it a W. And then we continue around. Here's a little circle, and it's on the line of the word circle, so that makes it an E. So we, and then here's something kind of tricky. I have this little word nestled inside this big word here, but still following that bottom counterclockwise path, we hit this word first. And it starts with an A, because it's at the bottom, and it's a bit closer towards this word than that word. So anyway, this is an A first, because it's at the bottom, and these L's are actually closest to the top here. So this A is before this double L. If the double L were closer to the bottom here, then it would be read double LA, because if you have a consonant and a vowel attached, then you read the consonant first and the vowel. Anyway, I'm getting into kind of too much detail here. Anyway, this is the A. It's outside the word circle. And then we have a double circle. So this double line means it's a double letter, and because it's got 3 dots, it is a double L. So A double L. And then this word here, bottom of the word circles here. This is a deep divot. It's more than 50% completed. So here. And it's got 1, 2 dots closest to it. So that is a CH right here. Deep divot, 2 dots. CH. And this A is part of the all. The A in the change is here. So there's the A. And then we have on the line of the word circle, a circle with 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it. Because this is the word circle line, and then 1, 2, 3 modifying lines. And this is just a modifying line with a little notch taken out of it because I thought that kind of helped fill up the empty space here. So this is an NG. So circle on the line of the word circle, 3 lines NG. And then right in the middle of that is the E. So on where the line of the word circle would be. So NGE, change. So CH, A, NGE. So we all change. And there's no period at the end of this sentence. It's in a sentence circle and contained by itself, and we're going for simplistic, and this has a nice balance to it. And then we have our big linear sentence. So again, strung out linearly is different than being in a circle. You read left to right, so we follow left, to right. And the trickiest part is this word here, obviously, because it's a stacked word, and I'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, this one's an easy word to start with, bottom of the word circle. Shallow divot here, so this shallow divot notch is just directly overlapping with the next word, helps keep it again a little bit sleeker and more simplistic looking. But anyway, this is a T, because it's got no modifiers. H, 1, 2 lines on the H, and the E, so the. Bottom of this word circle's here. B, A, deep divot, and these 3 dots are still closest to this stem, so that is a bad, B-A-D. At the end of it, bad. And then here's our next word, TH, because it's on the line of the word circle with no modifiers. Something I should note. So in this style, I never erase the lines behind the consonant stems. because then it looks too much like a directly overlapping word. But in this style, I do tend to overlap the consonant stems with the words. So this is the NG with the NG line erased behind it. And then this is the TH with the line not erased behind it. It just helps keep things a bit more legible in these designs, because sometimes it's hard to tell if this is a new word itself, if they're overlapped like this, or if it's a TH stem. Anyway, I'm getting kind of, again, into the nitty-gritty. But anyway, here we have a TH, because no lines end on it, and then an I, line going towards the middle, and an NG, 1, 2, 3 lines on the NG, just like this NG with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. Continuing around, here's a shallow divot, 1, 2, 3 lines ending on at, so that's THINGS, so things, so bad things. And then here's our next word, bottom of the word circles here, D, 1, 2, 3 dots, just like this D with 3 dots, O on the line of the stem, N, 1 line on it. Then we have an apostrophe, it's a double parallel line. There's no sentence circle for me to connect it up to, so they just kind of go off into the distance. Then a T, no modifiers on a shallow divot, so don't. And then here's our next word. And this is that stacked word I was talking about. So there's the outer word circle and then the inner word circle. So here's the outer word circle, and we're going to read along that first. So bottom of it's here. This is the first letter stem we hit. It's inside the word circle, and it's got 1 line. So that is an N. Then we have an E. And then we have that overlapping T stem. So here in this row, a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that's an S. And this word is necessarily, and this is a C in the actual spelling, but because it makes the S sound, you replace it with an S, because it's just a regular word, so this is an N-E-S. E, continue around, S, so Nesses is the first kind of outer word circle, because this is another 1, 2, 3 line on a shallow divot S. So Nessus, and then we have the Sarily, here's 1, 2, 3 lines on this S. A, R, 1, 2, 3 dots on the R, and the I here, this is the line for the I. It starts right in here. This line ends on the big open circle and does not go through it. That's important because this makes it the I. If the line ended on this dot, it wouldn't be an I. If the line ended on this stem, that wouldn't be an R, so on and so forth. It's got to end right on that circle here, because that's the I vowel with a dot for the R in the middle of it. So anyway, R, I, L, Y, because 3 dots circle inside the word circle is an L, and then Y has 2 dots on a circle on the line of the word circle. So Nesarily. So necessarily. Yeah. Nesesarily. Except this is like a C replacement. So Necessarily. So yeah. And it really does kind of look like this is a sentence circle around the word Sarily. But then this N would be out of place, so this is the clue that this is a word circle that has been stacked. Anyway, that's a lot of explanation for the word necessarily, but it is so much bigger of a word than these guys. I wanted to do something to it to make it quite a bit smaller so it fit in the context of this phrase artistically without being this massive old circle in the middle, instead of just being a more stacked and concentric circle. So anyway, that's the word necessarily. Here's our next word. 1, 2, 3 lines on a shallow divot is an S. Continue around. Here, this letter is in line here. So this is read before this. And this line here helps you kind of visualize that. So this is read before that because you hit it first on that bottom counterclockwise pattern. So this is a P because it's got 2 lines ending on it. And then we have an O attached to that. Then there's the I. So S-P-O-I. And then the L here with 3 dots. I just wanted to get this like loopy-doop effect here. So anyway, S-P-O-I-L, spoil. Here's our next word, T, shallow divot, no modifiers because these lines pass clean through it. H, 2 lines on it. E, so T-H-E, the. G-O-O-D, 1, 2, 3 dots on the D, and then the 2 O's are here. I'm really happy with how lined up that went, by the way. That makes me so happy. Good. And then T-H-I. N-G-S, because TH, no modifiers, circle on the line of the word circle, just like that. And instead of doing the NG character, like on this one, I did an N character and a G character, and then the S. 1, 2, 3 lines on that, so things. So, the bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things. So yeah, that's that design. And they're all set to scale where 12 pixels is the thin line and 30 pixels is the thick line. This one is particularly thicker and this is particularly thicker as well. For all of the designs, if they're set to scale with each other, with this one being 3, no wait, or is it 5? Yeah, this one is 5, this one's 8, and this one's 20. So that should keep things consistently sized and with the same kind of feel on them, because this one's actually, you know, bigger, kind of more like this. So yeah, that's enough rambling. I'm really happy with how these designs turned out, and I think they'll look awesome for you. Bye.